So before we talk about this ascending broadening wedge, which right now is flashing a very interesting scenario, first I want to show you why the price of Bitcoin got rejection after reaching around this 22,600 22,700 area, because around that price range this is exactly where this 200 weekly SMA is lying around. Yesterday on my video I made it very clear, the same line here in the past price action has acted as a support when the trend was in a downtrend, and after that we have seen this price reversal. You can see this red line tested the support and they started this new impulsive movement. Here a very similar scenario unfolded, came back to retest the 200 weekly SMA. After testing the support, we had this really nice impulsive movement. Here a very similar scenario unfolded, but in our case I made it very clear, since the price of Bitcoin was below this 200 weekly SMA, this red line, the line which has previously acted as a support is going to be acting as a resistance. And exactly when the price of Bitcoin was trying to reach around this 23,000, you can see the price did got this rejection, and now we are again holding our ground between this 22,000 range. So for us, the most important support line here in a weekly time frame is this 19,000, because breaking this 19,000 support here, one of the most important support line, is going to trigger a bigger sell off where we could be getting gravitated towards this 14 to 15,000 price range, even this 300 weekly SMA. But for now, since the price in a daily time frame is above this 21,500 21,600, as long as we are going to remain above that line, there is still some probability the price of Bitcoin could be continuing this rally, even breaking this 200 weekly SMA and also towards the 24,000 range before choosing a trend direction. And now let me also show you, beside this 200 weekly SMA, what was causing this resistance. Now before I switch into other chart, I just want to make you aware we have up to $5,150 crypto exchange bonus available for you in the description down below. PHEMEX is giving around $4,100 bonus after your initial deposit, and BYBIT around $1,050 bonus. So if you are an experienced trader, if you want to take advantage of this market volatility, the link is provided in the description down below, so feel free to check it out. Now let's switch the chart. So if we look at this Bollinger Band, according to the Bollinger Band, you can see very clearly, guys, the price of Bitcoin got rejection after testing the resistance from the upper band area. And why this is so important is because before we have seen an actual breakout playing here in price action of Bitcoin, if I would show you a bullish breakout, for example, this one was also a Bollinger Band squeeze. But once the price of Bitcoin was able to break above this upper band area, after that we had this very nice impulsive movement, and breaking the lower band has also triggered a sell-off, right? And this exact scenario has unfolded again and again. Now what to expect next, because the price of Bitcoin is testing the resistance around upper band area. So if the price of Bitcoin is able to break above this upper band area, then we are aware this could be turning out very bullish. But to turn this bullish, first we have to overcome this obstacle around 200 weekly SMA, which has a price target of 22,700. So this 22,700 is definitely going to be one very important line of resistance, which we have to turn it into support. But if we look at this price structure in a bit different way, guys, you know, we have talked about this very interesting scenario which was pointing us, once the price of Bitcoin is able to break above this key line of resistance that was around 21,500 21,600, then there is a very high probability that we are going to test the resistance from this central CPI line and even this top CPI line. This central CPI line is lying around 23,100, and the price of Bitcoin yesterday also came almost around that range, right? You can see, and then got rejection. No problem, because we know as long as the price of Bitcoin is going to remain above this bottom CPI line, which is around 21,500 21,600 range, as long as we are going to remain above that line, there is still a very high probability that price of Bitcoin is going to test this upper target areas before choosing a trend duration, because breaking this bottom CPI line was not just only one resistance line that we broke, but also the triple bottom or double bottom, and even the resistance from this horizontal trend line. You can see this horizontal trend line was also one very important line of resistance. Every time we approach around the upper line area, after that we got this rejection. But now, since the price of Bitcoin is above this resistance line, this same line which has acted as a resistance in the past price action is going to be one of the most important line of support around 21,500, 21,600 here in a daily time frame. So that's why we want the price of Bitcoin at any cost to remain above that line, because we know if we are going to fail to hold this line, the bottom CPI line, then that could trigger a sell off, and in that case we will be monitoring the price movement around this monthly S1 line, and this monthly S1 line, as you can see, is lying around 14,357 area. So this is not what we want the price of Bitcoin to do. So to avoid this bearishness here in a daily time frame, first we have to remain above this 21,500, and in a bigger frame, which I just showed you, in a bigger time frame, we have to hold this support around 19,000 area. So that's why this 21,500, 21,600 right now in a daily time frame is a very, very important line of support for us. And beside this, guys, what I also want to talk about is this ascending broadening wedge, which is also pointing us, if we want to validate this bullishness, then right now we want the price of Bitcoin to hold its ground around 21,500, 21,600 range. So as you can see, according to this ascending broadening wedge, I have two different scenarios. One is this bullish, another one is bearish. So according to this, if this is going to be a trend continuation here to the upside, since the price has tested the previous temporary resistance line or also the previous stop which acted as a support, we have to remain above that. What I mean by that, if we look at this ascending broadening wedge, you can see very, very clearly, guys, when the price of Bitcoin started this impulsiveness, we had this very nice bullish movement. Price came back to retest the previous temporary top, found support, new high, and what happened after that? We showed this bearishness. I mean, price came and tested the lower line from this ascending broadening wedge. Again, after testing the lower line, we started this new movement where the price of Bitcoin made this new high. And as soon as we made the new high and price tested the resistance from this upper line from ascending broadening wedge, we saw this retracement. And you can see this retracement, just like this retracement, guys, came back to retest the previous stop. Here we came back to test the previous stop, found support, made a new high, and then a price pullback just like this one here, right? You can see made a new high, price pullback towards this bottom line. And now if this is exactly what is also unfolding right now here in price action of Bitcoin, then you can see, guys, a very nice bullish price movement just like here. Price tested the upper line area, and what happened in the past price action after testing the upper line area? We got this price reversal. And now if you look at this one here, price reversal, where did the price of Bitcoin came to test or find support? At the previous top area, which was around 21,500, 21,600 range. So that's why you can see exactly after testing the previous temporary top, price of Bitcoin also made a new high just like this one here, right? Just like this one here. So if this is going to be another exact scenario just like what unfolded in past price action, then we have to be careful, because in the past price action, after forming this new high, the price of Bitcoin has showed this reversal where we got gravitated towards the bottom of this ascending broadening wedge. So that's why this ascending broadening wedge right now, if it's going to be turning out into a bullish ascending broadening wedge, then we have to remain above this previous top area around 21,500, 21,600, because you can see in the past price action after this retracement, what did the price of Bitcoin did? Started showing this consolidation, and again this impulsive movement here in this manner, if you look at this bullish example. But if we look at bearish example, you can see what we don't want the price of Bitcoin to do is to break the previous temporary top around 21,500, 21,600, because around that area we have the bottom CPI line support, which will be invalidated. Also support from the neckline of this triple bottom, right? You can see the neckline is also exactly around this 21,500, 21,600 range, and also the support from horizontal channel. So that's why, guys, that's why you can see this 21,500, 21,600 is one very, very important line of support which we have to hold if the price of Bitcoin wants to continue this impulsive price movement, because breaking that could trigger a very, very massive sell-off where we could be easily getting gravitated towards the lower line area, which is around 21,000, and also breaking that could trigger another sell-off where we could be getting gravitated towards the monthly S1 line, and this monthly S1 line is lying around 14,000 to 15,000 between that range for this July month. So let's hope that the price in a daily time frame somehow managed to find support above this 21,500, 21,600 range. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's episode. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, please destroy that like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.